Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Well, we got the Vampire Weekend tickets. They're gone. We'll have more tomorrow, 7:10. Just make sure you're with us. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. In a few minutes, we're going to play the All-American Rejects. I got Gil Curtis with your headlines. And after that, we're going to talk about the most useless thing you remember. So what is something you remember that's totally useless, but you can't get it out of your head? We already talked about this a little bit with some of our listeners. Someone can do all the U.S. presidents in order. That's incredible.
What?
I know.
I don't know. I would name like 5 or 6 probably.
Can you start with the first couple?
I don't know the order of them. I know George Washington was 1.
Good job.
Number 1, baby.
Maybe stop short there. Just stop. And look, can you do number 2?
It's oh God, what was his name? He wasn't he like French or something, or he's in the South. He was in the South. He was a Southern guy.
Jean-Pierre
Ruled America with an iron fist.
He was a Southern one. He was Southern because everyone was like shocked that it was him. That's
What was it, Leonard Skinner? What do you mean by a Southern
now
one?
I have to look it up. Second president because it's gonna bother me. Second. Oh, I wrote residency. Hold on.
We'll wait. It's okay. We'll sit here and wait.
Thank you. Wait, I don't see you guys jumping in.
We're not on a time crunch or anything. It's
John
fine.
Adams.
Yeah.
Second.
Who wasn't from the South?
I wasn't he?
No, he's from the North. He's from like Boston.
You know, I'm getting it mixed up with the movie or the show Hamilton. Because that's the only reason I know George Washington is the first president based on that musical. And then the problem is, I think the guy who played John Adams played another character also in that musical, like in a dual role. And he was like the French guy first, as I thought the French guy won, but he was a different character later.
So what's the lesson here? Don't get your history from Hamilton.
I have learned a lot from Hamilton, and I got the first president because of that.
You're the first one. I give you credit.
So suck on that.
Got George.
I know a lot about history because of that.
Check in at 312-591-8300 with your most useless piece of information that you can't get out of your head. That's the thing that you remember and you can't get it out. In the meantime, it is Gil Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle has resigned. As her norm, she'll wait to see what she'll do next. Today is National Tequila Day. Nevada drinks the most tequila, 2.3 bottles a year per person. Except when it's a Raiders home game. Then the bottles are consumed in the parking lot before the game even begins. It's National Cousins Day, where in parts of the South it's like having a second Valentine's Day. Mattel released a blind Barbie. Dream car not included. And Snoop Dogg will be one of the Olympic torchbearers. He'll then puff pass it on to someone else. This is not headline news.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and we're asking you the most useless thing that you remember. Can't get it out of your head for whatever reason. 312-591-8300. A lot of interesting ones coming on the text line. We'd love to hear you do it on the phone at 312-591-8300. Like, call up, because I know Case and Kenzie both have some that you have to recite very clearly to make it really appreciate the uselessness of this thing that they remember. We'll get to that in a second. Double Features Mike checked in and said, the guitarist from Toto wrote and recorded the riff for Beat It, and Eddie Van Halen played the solo.
That's awesome.
He just keeps. I remember that, of obviously being a big Van Halen fan and how it is. And then, of course, you go in there and Eddie says, well, I really changed the song too. Also, what I remember about that, Eddie didn't get paid a penny for that. He walked in at that time in the band. They were not supposed to do side projects or do anything else with anybody but in the band. So Eddie thought if he went and did this solo on a Michael Jackson song that no one would know about it. And so he would just go do it, and he didn't offer. He was a friend with Quincy Jones. He called him. He said, yeah, I'll put a solo on that. I don't care. You don't need to, I'm not going to get paid. He walked in, did it in an hour, and left. And then, of course, it became one of the biggest songs of all time. He didn't get a penny for it.
Wow.
Yeah, never asked for it. He says, I don't know. It was just me putting a solo down.
I guess the
Good for
inverse
him.
of that is that Stevie Ray Vaughan did the guitar for David Bowie's Let's Dance, but Bowie wouldn't let him in the music video because he thought he'd be outshined by Stevie Ray.
Very upsetting to me.
I know.
I'm a big Stevie Ray Vaughan fan, and when you watch it, David Bowie's playing the guitar riff Stevie Ray played in the video.
It's
I'm like,
ridiculous.
Bro, you didn't do that. Okay, there's some little nerdy guitar stuff, but let's get to you guys. So, something useless you remember, Kenzie.
I can do all the lyrics to the K9 Advantix commercial with the puppy. I don't know why.
Okay.
But
This
a lot of times
commercial-
when I get drunk, I sing it.
Oh, I got to get you drunk more often.
I know.
These
That's what
are-
a lot of people say.
Are these from the 90s or how old are these commercials?
They're pretty old. I remember seeing them as a kid, and for some reason, I don't know why those are the only. If gun to my head, sing every lyric verbatim, or it's not going to go well for you. This is what I would sing.
Okay, Kenzie, I say prove it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm just going to raw dog it, no beat.
you'll-
Okay, I'll
you'll-
raw dog it. It's fine.
Okay, raw dog it.
All right. Hello, mother. Hello, father. Fleas, ticks, mosquitoes. Really bother. Thanks for the package. That's why I'm writing. Canine Advantage quickly stops all the biting. Hold on. Swimming, hiking, intense pitching. They're not biting. I'm not itching. Can't wait to show you all my new tricks. Thanks again for sending me Canine Advantage.
Oh, my God.
Thank you.
That's hard to say, Advantix.
I know.
Also, I'm not sure if this is it or not because that sounded longer than this commercial I found on YouTube.
Kenzie did the extended mix.
I did
The
the whole
dance
one.
remix.
Yeah, they just
Hello, mother. Hello, father.
Yeah.
Flea sticks, mosquitoes. Really bother. Thanks
Okay.
for the package. That's why I'm writing. Canine Advantage quickly stopped all the biting. Swimming, hiking,
Boom.
intent pitching.
Yup.
They're not biting. I'm not itching. Can't wait to show you all my new tricks. Thanks again for sending me Canine Advantage.
Only Canine Advantix does. Fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes.
Oh, he didn't do the disclaimer.
I'm sorry. I do
Fake
not have
fan.
that memorized.
Wow, that was really good.
Why do you think you know that, Kenzie?
I don't know. I just remember being a kid and thinking a puppy at summer camp is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
That dog is cute as hell.
I know, it's a little puppy and he's
Yeah.
at summer camp.
Wow.
And his parents were obviously adult dogs.
Right.
Had to send him Canine Advantage because of his fleas at summer camp. The whole concept I love.
I imagine it worked. I'm sure that they're still around, I think,
I
Advantix.
don't know, but it should have worked if it didn't.
We're talking about the most useless thing you remember at 312-591-8300. Call up and impress us. We'd like to hear that. And Case also had a commercial, but nothing as adorable as what you just did, Kenzie.
No, mine's dark.
Oh,
but
God.
I think if you watch as much TV as I do, or especially as a kid as I did, there are certain commercials that it doesn't matter what channel you're on, it doesn't matter what time of day it is, you see these commercials. And I, for somebody that doesn't have mesothelioma, I feel like I know a lot about mesothelioma. And I think I can recite the commercial by memory.
Really?
I remember these were always either late night, like if you get home late, and these were always on.
I thought it was going to be much more prevalent. As a child, I was very worried about getting mesothelioma. It's a little bit how John Mulaney has the bit about how he thought quicksand was going to be a much more important
Yes.
factor in his life.
Yeah.
I was like, well, clearly mesothelioma is coming for me.
All right.
And I need to be careful.
Well, okay, prove it. You
All
ready
right.
to prove it? Go ahead.
All right. People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free medical book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma. And then I've got the number too. Call the toll-free number at 1-800-600-4243 for treatment options. I think that's right. I think that's the entire commercial. I might be forgetting a line or two.
That is useless. But you remember that. But let's see if
Unless
he's
you have mesothelioma.
Yeah, no kidding. I think it's super relevant, actually.
if
let's
you
see
think about it.
let's see if he's right.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones?
Go off, King.
You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Bingo.
Call toll free at 1-800-600-4243 or go to mesobook.com.
Did you say the mesobook.com part?
I didn't. I didn't know Mesobook, but I got the phone number right.
Fake fan.
I know. I'm such a sellout.
Damn you. Well, by the way, the guy in that commercial looks like Dan Hampton from the 85 Bears. I don't know if he has
What I
mesothelioma.
want to know is why they needed two people for the commercial. Why couldn't you just say the number?
That's a great question.
Because when the female voice comes in, it accentuates the number better if you have mesothelioma and you're going to call, or you think you might have it.
What is mesothelioma? Did you ever get the bookcase?
Yeah, what exactly? He's answering some phones right now, but I don't know still what the disease is.
I don't know.
I just put in Meso and it came up, Mesopotamia came up.
Oh, that's different.
I'll Google it in a second, yeah.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. That is Green Day, of course, which is only, I think, 2.5 weeks away, that show now? Am I time? Is it 3 weeks away?
It's coming. Here's the thing. Lollapalooza's next week.
I know.
Oh my
Which is
gosh.
terrifying.
That doesn't make any sense because that's in August, which is 3 months away.
I know. And then Metallica's the week after that.
Yup.
And then Green Day's a few days after that.
Yup.
And then Pearl Jam's a month and a half away.
Yup.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know. Then September, you get Riot Fest.
It was March a minute ago.
Wow.
Literally. And like my baby's a newborn. He's 3 weeks. It's like he's 5 months. I'm like, oh my gosh.
He's in college
Why
right
is he
now.
getting
Take him out of the house
onesies?
already.
Yeah, Terrence checked in from Franklin Park, wanted to check in and get that Green Day to get pumped up for it. That's why I thought it was like, I get the time. Was it next week? What is it, 2 weeks? It was about 3 weeks from yesterday, that show where you got Rancid and Green Day performing Dookie and American Idiot in its entirety. And then the Pumpkins, who we're trying to talk to. Kenzie is communicating with Billy Corgan to do, of course, Siamese Dream in its entirety, but he hasn't agreed to that yet.
He is not.
And that's terrible.
He's a tough one.
Yeah.
He's a tough cookie to crack.
So,
He's not one of those people who's like, yeah, I'll do whatever you want. I don't know if you know anything about Billy.
he goes, no. That's what he says.
No period.
Yeah.
No.
So thanks, Franklin Park, for checking in this morning. Now, we're talking about the most useless thing you remember. Case on the text line.
Stacy from Northlake checked in, and she said, when I was 13, I worked at a neighborhood grocery store in Logan Square, and Arabs owned the store, so she only remembers one word in Arabic, which is crazy, which does not come in handy at all. But I empathize with this because when I was in preschool, I learned the first 12 numbers in Spanish. It's the only bit of Spanish I know. It never comes up. Nobody's ever just looking for me to say the word ocho. And I feel bad. I feel like I should either know way more Spanish or less Spanish.
What's the Arabic word she knows?
Crazy.
Oh,
That's her word. Sorry.
Oh, but you don't know how she said it.
I don't know how to say it. She doesn't say it on the text line.
Oh.
Do you know how to say it?
Do you know how to say it?
Well, I am. That's my heritage, and I don't know how to say it.
Wow,
I
fake fan.
I knew all the swear words. My uncle told me all the swear
and
words.
correct me if I'm wrong, Brian, but you've shared this with me before. Isn't saying that you speak Arabic like a really wide range of things to say because there's like 800 versions of it?
There is. There's like they call them the dialects. There's like thousands of them. So
yeah.
listen.
Because like your mom spoke fluent, but she'd run into somebody and be like, I don't know what they're saying.
Go,
Right?
yeah, exactly. And listen, I'm lucky I just got in here today. I can't learn Arabic. It's hard.
No, but
I don't have time for that.
Because we're sharing useless information,
Yeah.
Can you say a swear word in Arabic so that we all leave with more useless information?
So I would love to do that. But that's illegal in the FCC to swear in another language on the
Really?
radio. It is.
Oh, I thought we could sneak one by.
I know. I want to work here still.
What
so.
can you say in Arabic? Give me something. What do you got?
Midit.
anything?
Midit. That's a close thing. My grandmother used to
What'd
say
you
that.
call me?
See, that would be bad because it means you're being like a brat.
Midit?
Yeah, midit.
Midit.
It's a slang Arabic word, and my grandmother, I heard it a lot.
Yeah. I bet you did. I'm going to start calling you that.
Yeah, midit. Yeah, anyway. I can't, I really am trying to remember which ones aren't really bad because I know all the really bad ones, and you can't do it.
Why were you swearing so much in Arabic?
My uncle just thought it was fun to teach me the swear words when I was like 7.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to the useless information that you know at 312-591-8300. Denise checking in. What's up, Denise?
I know something completely useless. I bought my first car when I was 19. I'm 56 now, and I still know the VIN number for it.
Oh, jeez. Why did you memorize the VIN number?
When I was sitting, I was driving back and forth to a bank where I was working while I was going to school. So when I was sitting in traffic, I was just staring at it. And eventually, even upside down, it just stuck.
Sounds something. There's more to that story somewhere. I don't know. Sounds a little shady. Okay,
That's all it is.
okay, give us the VIN number.
Okay, it's KMHLD21 JOKU292-454.
And then you're trying to log into your email. You're like, what's my password, damn it?
I can't remember anything now. I know that.
Was all that smoking weed in the car trying to memorize the VIN number that did that to you? All right, well, thanks for checking in, Denise. Andrew in Michigan City. Ahoy, what's up, buddy?
How's it going?
So the most useless piece of information you remember.
It's from Scruff McGruff, the crime dog. jingle at the end where you'd write in and, I don't know, tell on a perp or something.
Yeah, if you, I guess if you knew something about they talked about there, to report it.
Yeah, Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652.
That was the whole address?
That was the whole address.
Damn.
Scruff McGruff, baby.
I guess when you put scruff on it, I know where this is going.
Exactly.
All right, well, thanks for checking in. The most useless piece of information you remember. Sarah, the drone girl, checking in from Chicago. Ahoy, Sarah, what's up?
Hey, guys. So for 20 years, I've had a useless word in my brain. It was taught to me in middle school. It's the longest word in the English dictionary. It is pneumonotromicroscopic silica volcaniconiosis.
What?
And what does that mean?
It is a 45-letter word, and it was coined in the 30s, and it is about having ash in the lungs, so you get like a lung disease from volcanoes.
Oh, my gosh.
Why couldn't they just say that?
I know, right? It's a really fun word to say, though.
That is fun.
Say it again.
Pneumonotromicroscopic silica volcaniconiosis.
Imagine that in Hangman. No, thank you.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 talking about the most useless piece of information that won't get out of your head. And Karen checked in on the text line that Brian is 6'4"1/4. Wow. I have really invaded your lives a little much.
Yes, you have.
That's I'm glad you remember that, because I do. Clearly. Let's check in. A lot of people coming in here. Dan. Ahoy, Dan. What is the most useless piece of information you can't get out of your head?
No tango gato.
What does that mean?
No, I don't have a cat.
What?
In Spanish.
No tango gato? Is that what you said? Yes, it's true. You do not have a cat.
Why do you remember that?
I don't know, because I took Spanish, and that's about the only thing I thought it was funny, maybe, and just kept it there.
I felt like Spanish class in high school was basically like, no me gusta la tela. Like, that was it. So, like, I don't like homework was what everybody remembered.
That's hilarious.
I don't like cats. I don't have one.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Ain't got no cat, baby.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. Yeah.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Well, we're going to get to head-to-head lines with Brian and Kenzie on Q101, where you decide the content based on the headlines alone. And we're going to move this also over to Facebook, the most useless piece of information that you have memorized for whatever reason. But let's get one more in here on the air. Michael's checking in. Michael, what's up, bud? Ahoy.
Ahoy, how's it going?
Pretty good. So what is your useless piece of memorized information?
So I have your guys' radio on every day when I'm driving to my different job sites for work, and I remembered one of the radio commercials that used to play all the time. I haven't heard it in a while.
All right, what is that?
For a Hellsberg Diamond.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, go ahead and rip that one off for us. Let's prove it.
All right, so it starts off with the father of the bride being introduced. So it goes, put your hands together for the father of the bride. And then it begins, and it goes, Kara, honey, boy, am I proud of the woman you become. And Craig, my man, my brosif. And when Kara first introduced us to Craig, boy, we knew he was the one right away. He tells the greatest jokes. He smokes a killer brisket. And, he knows what team to root for, don't you, buddy? Woo, woo. So when Craig introduced us to Kara with that awesome ring from Hellsberg Diamonds, boy, we couldn't say yes fast enough, couldn't we, honey? That's right. Lab-grown diamonds, emerald cut. While it's a great ring, picked out by a great guy. He's like the son I never had. And then someone goes, but, Dad, I'm your son, Donnie. And he goes, oh, right, you're great, too, Johnny.
You are.
Bravo.
That's a core list. You're right. I remember that commercial. It hasn't run in a while. So, yeah.
Yeah. Trust me. After I learned it, I would go home and tell my fiance that, like, almost every day. She was like, why do you know this stuff? There's just so many commercials that played a lot that I could do an upside one, but.
It's like he's performing a set list over here.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for Head to Headlines, where you choose the content of the show. It's your show. You decide. at 312-591-8300. We read you 2 headlines, and based on the headline alone, you decide what story you want to hear more about. You got to remember, we'll never talk about the other story again. It's gone. So choose wisely. Here we go. Headline number 1. Jack in the Box employee struck by car over missing chicken strip, said police.
Okay.
Kenzie, was that you?
Yep. I don't know why that's in there.
I don't know.
This is the last time I tell you anything personal.
I don't know why I've been craving Raising Cane's lately. I haven't had it in a long time.
I'm craving it 24/7.
I don't eat it regularly at all. And I was walking by it after the Cubs game, whatever it was, a few weeks back, and I said, we should go in there, and then we didn't. And I've just been, ever since then, I've regretted that decision.
We should go. The chicken's great, the fries are great, the Texas toast is great, the sauce is great. It's a perfect restaurant.
My issue is...
Oh, boy.
What?
Go ahead. We know,
only...
let me guess. Your husband only likes chicken. I know that.
I know he loves chicken. The issue is that we go there, and the big meal is too much for me, but it's the only one that comes with coleslaw. I think the sandwich should also come with coleslaw because I would like to put coleslaw on my sandwich.
I love doing that.
I know. I'm like, why is that the only one? Like the 47 piecer is the only one that gives you coleslaw, the big box.
How much is the side of coleslaw?
I don't know.
I'll buy you some coleslaw next time. You can get whatever meal you want.
It just bothers me. That's all I'm saying. I should be able to switch out the fries or something.
Well, you got to have fries and coleslaw, though.
It just bothers me. Sorry.
You don't eat the fries then?
I mean, I would rather have coleslaw in the sandwich scenario, and I just don't know why. I just don't know why the coleslaw is only offered on one meal. I don't like it.
All right. There you go. That's headline number 1. If you want to hear more about that story, text in headline number 1. Headline number 2 is kind of rough. Here we go. Headline number 2. New Jersey man admits to decapitating seagull after it attempted to take fries from daughter.
Oh.
This happened in North Wildwood, New Jersey.
They just came after the poor seagull?
But he came after the fries of the daughter.
Fries. He wasn't looking for death.
I don't know. Kenzie, imagine if a seagull came after your coleslaw.
Right.
Ugh.
After you paid extra for it.
Yeah, you would do some horrible things.
This is mean.
First off, you should never hurt an animal.
Amen. I just like animals more than people, and that's the problem.
Okay, but let's put that then. Do you like animals more than coleslaw?
Now that's a question.
Think about that while we play a song, and everybody votes on the headline you want to hear. Headline number 1 or headline number 2. Text in. Remember, we'll never talk about the other story again, so choose wisely. After Fuel, we'll break it down. Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 head to headlines where you choose the content. You decide what we talk about based on the headline alone. So we gave you 2 choices, a lot of text in on this. So headline number 1 was, Jack in the Box employee struck by car over missing chicken strip, said police. Headline number 2 was, New Jersey man admits to decapitating seagull after it attempted to take fries from daughter. Well, a lot of people want to find that guy on our text line. They don't like that.
I don't like it either. Get him.
Well, I think people also angry at that headline also don't want to hear us talking about a decapitated seagull. And also, I think they say the headline says it all right there. And obviously, the police were involved, so the guy probably got arrested for doing that.
Good. Attack a seagull.
So the first headline was more intriguing to our listeners because it doesn't really, you can't tell what happened. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Jack in the Box employee.
Seems justified, though.
Jack in the Box employee struck by car over missing chicken piece. I need to know more on that, and you guys did too, so that's what wins. So head to headlines. Here we go. This comes from St. Louis, Missouri, where evil Cardinals fans live. So Jack in the Box employee struck by car over missing chicken strip. You want it? Here you go.
Let's go.
A dispute over a missing chicken strip resulted in a St. Louis woman striking a Jack in the Box employee with her vehicle. Well, maybe the headline does tell it all. I'm not sure.
No, trust me. There's more there.
You got to wait till the end of the story. There's a lot here. So according to the St. Louis Metropolis Police Department, the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department, that's what they call that down there. Huh. Oh, well.
Why is that weird?
It sounds like it's out of a Batman comic book. The St. Louis Metropolitan.
Because Metropolis is throwing you off? All right.
Anyway, according to the police department probable cause statement, the incident happened on July 16th in the 4000 block of Lindell Boulevard, located in the city's central West End neighborhood. I've never investigated St. Louis that much. You ever been down there, Case?
I'm not a fan.
I think this, around the stadium, as much as being a Cubs fan and wanting to hate the Cardinals, I've heard it's beautiful down there with the Budweiser facility and all that. I've heard it's awesome, and I've never been.
Yeah, Busch Stadium is fine.
You been there, Kenzie?
No, I was supposed to. I had a trip planned there to see the Cubs, and then there was going to be a concert the next night at the stadium.
At their stadium or ours? Okay.
So I was like, we're going to go down. We're going to go to a Cubs game, stay at a hotel, next day go to a concert. And then they were like, COVID. Can't do anything.
COVID.
Listen, COVID did a lot of really bad stuff, but boy, did I have some exciting plans in 2020. Just saying.
Factual statement.
I understand it's not at the top of the priority list, but I had like I was supposed to go to Egypt in 2020.
Jesus.
I had that fun concert thing booked. The original.
Who was the band?
It was a country artist. I think it was Sam Hunt.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was gonna be fun.
Right on.
And then also, that was supposed to be London Cubs. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was supposed to go to Egypt, London, and see the Cubs. I was going to take that trip. It was going to be the year of my life. I had never been more excited for a year.
So an hour from now, when we do takeaways, remember what Kenzie said. COVID did a lot of bad stuff.
Specifically to her and nobody else.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know it's not at the top of the priority list, but boy, did it throw a wrench in all my fun.
Yeah.
I understand a lot of other stuff happened that is also bad.
Good take.
But I was still pretty bummed about the whole thing.
All right, back to the story. Let's see here in the city's Central West End neighborhood. Okay, so police say Talane Carter, 41, went to the eatery, which would be the Jack in the Box. Is that the one that's coming here? Coming back?
Yes, coming back.
Jack in the Box are coming back to Chicago, which didn't know they were ever here.
It's
I guess
good.
it was,
The chicken's good. I understand why somebody would hit their car or hit someone with their car. They were short a chicken strip. I understand.
For being Jack in the Box, I think burgers, but they are known for their chicken and their tacos. They're known for more. So police say she went and complained to the manager about a previous order she had made on Saturday, July 13th. So to recap, she showed up on July 16th. She came back 3 days later to complain about an order on Saturday, 3 days earlier.
She was missing a strip?
I'm not there yet, but I'm guessing that's what happened.
Oh, okay.
But that's also a lot of effort to go back about one strip.
That's probably why it took a few days. She was probably waiting until she was in the area again. It's probably next to her grocery store or gas station. She's like, well, now let me pop in and handle this.
Wait till I get back in that area. So Carter allegedly told the manager her order was missing a single chicken strip. In response to Carter's complaint, the store manager replaced the missing chicken strip.
Okay.
I guess I
problem solved, baby. Why is the story in here?
Like reached back in the fryer and grabbed her one. Here's your damn strip.
I mean, that's respectful. I was missing a strip. Well, I see your problem, and here's your strip, lady. I like it.
That's exactly how it was said.
Yeah, Miss Lady.
All of a sudden, it was like the OK Corral in the 1800s. So police then said, despite this, Carter became irritated with the lack of ranch provided at the restaurant and spit in the store manager's face.
Why didn't you just ask for more ranch? It seems like you would have gotten it.
There was a lack of ranch in the restaurant.
Huh.
By the way, ranch sucks, so this is also
No,
something.
it doesn't suck. Stop doing that.
Wow. This escalated quickly because she, like you just said, Kenzie, she got what she wanted.
Yes.
You can go if you like ranch that much, you have it at home. You have a jar of Hidden Valley.
So the problem isn't that she wanted another packet. The problem is there was no ranch because I got the vibe based on that she was like, one packet. It's messed up.
Something tells me there's nothing pleasing this woman in anything in life. Besides the restaurant here.
And some ranch.
Okay, so she was upset with that part. As Carter left the Jack in the Box, she went to her vehicle. The store manager utilized a different exit to capture Carter's license plate number because she spit in her face. Carter noticed and ran up to the store manager and then proceeded to physically run into their shoulder. I guess gave her like a shoulder, like a hockey kind of hit. You know?
Checked her ass?
Yeah, checked her. Yeah.
Okay, now we're talking. What else happened?
Well, according to police, Carter then said to the manager, "You're trying to get charges put on me?" Police said Carter went back to her vehicle, put her car in reverse, and backed up into the store manager.
Was he outside or did she drive through the restaurant to get to him?
She was still outside because he went out there to get the license plate number. The vehicle hit the manager's left foot and ankle and knocked her to the ground. I mean, thank God it's only that. She drove a car toward her.
But do you know how bad it would hurt to have a car hit your ankle specifically?
Ugh.
It's like when you have a razor scooter and it hits the ball of your ankle and you feel like you'd rather die. Imagine that, but with a car.
Oh, I hate, like, have you ever ran in, like, have you ever been making your bed and you run into the part that's sticking out for your bed?
It's
over.
It's the worst pain imaginable.
I call into work.
I'd rather break my femur.
I can't do it.
Do you want to see my shin right now?
Why did you stand up?
Because I did that twice this week. Look at that
You
cut.
ran into the, well,
Look at that cut.
You lift your leg higher. You have a monitor there.
I
Get
can't
it
get
up.
higher.
Get it up there.
I can't get higher.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Look at this, Case.
Look at it.
Exactly what you just said.
Oh, my God.
It looks like cherries on top of a sundae.
He
That's
has
how
a
red it is.
hole in his leg.
I did that twice this week, hitting the damn bed frame twice in the same spot.
It's the worst. Why are they metal? Why would you make it like that? What is happening?
I think I'm scarred for life. It won't heal.
It's like they put a claw on the end of those. What is the game? It's like an episode of Saw. What I'm trying to make my bed is the worst. I hate it.
Anyway, back to the manager whose left foot and ankle were ran over by a car, and I'm whining about the bed frame.
Same feeling?
The store manager's ankle was visibly swollen and bruised as a result. Carter left the scene and was arrested the following day.
Do you think she had the one chicken tender in her hand as she was driving away?
Oh, hell yeah. She was going,
Deep throating her chicken tender.
You know when little kids do that? When they're like, nah, 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 nah. She's like eating that chicken tender. So the St. Louis Circuit Attorney's Office charged Carter with second-degree assault and fourth-degree assault. Carter remains in jail without bond. She can't get out.
I can see why.
She didn't hit somebody with her car.
I mean, over a ranch. Not like, I found my husband with another woman and it's going to ruin our entire family. She's like, you don't understand. The restaurant didn't have ranch. Why is no one listening to me?
Oh, God. Now, this is one thing we always say, like to follow up on these stories. We kind of, have a hard time doing that sometimes. Her court date is August 20th. Do you guys want a road trip down there for the court date?
I'm going to be busy with my court date August 7th. Sorry.
What day is August 20th? Is it a weekday or is it a weekend?
Let's check.
It's Tuesday. After the show, we'll find out, Case, what time. It's a 5-hour drive to St. Louis.
Well, I think we should go support her. She's some moral support. Let's all come with a bottle of ranch in hand.
And that is Head to Headlines.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.